Today we're going to cover how to deploy Unity Access 7 in a virtual environment. I have my ESXi host set up here. So all I'm going to do is download the latest OVA for ACM. And you can do that through support.avigilon.com and go to our download section. And you can download the OVA. Once you have the OVA downloaded, we'll just go up here and we'll go to Create Register VM. We'll deploy it from an OVF or an OVA template. Hit Next. You can name it. I'm just going to call it UA7. I'm going to drag my file in here. You can also select this window and browse to it. We'll go ahead and hit Next, and we'll go ahead and leave this as default. And once again, we'll leave that as default. And again, as default here with thin provisioning set up. You can uncheck Power On automatically if you don't want that to be enabled. In my case, I do. Hit Next, and then we'll go ahead and hit Finish. And we'll go ahead and wait till our VM is completely finished. Right now it's at 34%. And once it gets to 100, we can go ahead and power it on. All right, my VM is completed here. So I'll go ahead and select it. And I'll go ahead and look at the console here. And you can see the machine is now powering up. And on power up, it gives you two different IP addresses. So you'll need to make sure your computer is in that range and you can access it at that IP address. In my case, I'm going to hit this 7.148 IP. You'll see you get a message saying the connection is not private. You can go ahead and just continue to the website. You'll enter your username by default. The original username is admin. And the default password is also admin. It'll prompt you to change it. And once you change it, you'll go ahead and log in. So you'll see here right at the top with their new interface for Unity Access 7, the first thing it's telling you is you need a license. So we'll go ahead and go to our main appliance page, and we'll do all the basic information that you always would do with ACM. So I'll call this machine UA7, but I would encourage you to give it a specific name to the certain site that you're working on at the time. We'll add a name server. If you don't have one for your site, you can just use Google's, which is 8.8.8.8. Put in a time server, which you can grab online if you don't have one. And we'll put in a time zone. And then we'll hit save. Now this will force a reboot to the machine. So give it a couple seconds and the machine will reboot, and then you'll be able to enter your license information. All right, I'm back up. You see here there's the user license agreement, terms and conditions. You can go ahead and read through those and hit accept. And after that, we'll go back to our main appliance page, which is under this gear wheel, and we'll go to About. And you'll see here, this is where you have the option to add your license. Go ahead and click Add License. Enter in your activation ID and hit Activate Licenses. And you see now the machine is licensed. And the last thing I want to cover before we get to our doors, if we go back to our appliance page and we go to ports, if you want to give this machine a different IP address, you can go ahead and do that right here. So if I wanted to change this, I could take off Enable DHCP, give it whatever IP address, subnet mask, and gateway I wanted to, and hit Save. And just be aware that you might need to reboot the appliance under the main appliance section here. And after that, you can access it from the new IP address.